Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Text 5 of Sri Damodarastakam. Idam te mokham bhojam atyanta nilair Vritang kuntalai snigdha raktaischa gopya Muhushchum vitang bimba raktadharang me Manasya virastam alang lakshalabhai. This is continuing the theme of the previous verse. We find in the previous verse, Sadame manasya virastam kimanyai. May this vision always be present in my mind. Kimanyai, what else? What use is there of anything else? And in this verse, similarly, it's stated, Manasya virastam alang lakshalabhai. And so, Manasya virastam, may my mind be absorbed in that. And alang lakshalabhai, even if I get lakhs and lakhs of other boons, what is the point? What is the meaning? So it's a rhetorical question. It's making a statement in the form of a question. So, in the previous verse was simply described that we wanted to have the vision of Gopala Bala, Bal Gopal. And what is that vision? What does he look like? That is described in this verse. That his lotus-like face is surrounded by hair that is very dark blue. When very dark blue is almost black. Krishna is called Krishna, he's also called Shyama. So Krishna actually means black, and Shyama means dark blue, so dark that it's almost black. So this is the description of Krishna. So his body is Shyama Sundara, Sharma Varna, or blue or dark blue color, and very beautiful. And his hair is also Atyanta Neela, a very deep blue color. It's kuntal, it's curly. And snigdha, it's naturally a little glossy or oily actually. It literally means oily. But it means glossy. Chikun, how do you say that? Bengali is chikun. How do you say it in Hindi? Similar word, isn't it? Chikna. So it's glossy. Like they show in the advertisements for the shampoo, that your hair will be shiny. So Krishna's hair is naturally like that. But it's very dark blue, but a little tint of red also. We're getting a very detailed description of Keshava here. Keshava means who has very beautiful Kesha, hair. That's one meaning. There are so many meanings of every meaning. So Krishna's lotus face is surrounded by very beautiful hair. And his lips are red like bimba fruits. Does anyone know what a bimba fruit is? Now if you say red, it'd be red. People know red more like the pan spitting. There's one incident many years ago, this is in the 1970s, in New York City. So one of our devotees was being arrested on the street for selling Srila Prabhupada's books. So that used to happen. It doesn't happen much nowadays. So he thought, this is stupid. The devotee thought, this is... He was during the Damodar month and he just started reciting this song. And the policeman was asking, what is your name, what is your age, all these questions. And in between he was reciting the translation of the Damodarastakam. The policeman was being very official and formal. But then he couldn't resist. The policeman said, he said, what is your name, what is your age, residence? What is a bimba fruit? Whatever it is, it's very red. Krishna's lips are very red. And his cheeks are kissed again and again by the gopi. So from the context of the Damodar song, we know that this means Mother Yashoda. Though there may be so many other gopis who kissed Krishna also. Because when Brahma stole the calves and the cowherd boys, Krishna expanded himself into those forms. So then all the friends of Mother Yashoda who wanted to have Krishna in their home, they got Krishna in their home. So they could kiss Krishna again and again to their heart satisfaction. But here it means, the gopi particularly means, in this context means Yashoda. But for those who know the secret, Mother Yashoda doesn't know it, but there's another gopi called Radha who also kisses Krishna a lot. So this is a description of Krishna's face, Mukham Bhoja, his lotus face. So the idea is that Manasya Virasta, that this form of Krishna will be visible within my mind, with the idea that if one is deeply absorbed in thought of Krishna, that one will observe and relish Krishna's indescribable beauty and splendor. His face is Prafulla Kamalakara. It resembles a fully blossomed lotus flower. Nikhila Santapa Hari. His face removes all distresses. And it is Paramananda Rasamai, which is just translated here as, it is pervaded with the supreme mellows of pure bliss. But you can just say, Paramananda Rasamai, you can just say in Telugu. So they're praying, Muhush Chumbita means again and again kissed by Mother Yashoda, Muhu. But it also may mean, may that vision of Krishna's face be again and again revealed in my mind. The vision of Krishna with his beautiful hair. That whenever Krishna moves, and he's an active young boy, then his hair will swish from side to side. And just like the lotus flower, the honeybees, they come around the flower, so Krishna's hair surrounds his cheeks just like that. And this desire to always meditate upon Krishna, that is the intense heart's desire of the devotee. You can imagine many other things. Maya can offer us many, many different kinds of things, but the devotee rejects them all. Would you like to go to Japan? No, I want to see Krishna. Would you like to be the Prime Minister? No, I want to see Krishna. Would you like to have a very strong, healthy body? Or in the case of women, beautiful, healthy body. Maya may offer us so many things. Take this, take that. But the devotee says, no, I simply want that within my heart I may always capture the vision of Krishna. So, text 6. Namo Deva Damodara Ananta Vishnu Prasida Prabho Dukha Jalabdhi Magnam Kripa Drishti Vishtati Dinam Batanu Grihanesha Mamagyam Edhyakshi Drishaha. So, Namaha, this song this prayer started with this similar word, Namami, bowing down, offering our respect to that Deva. That the word Deva has already been described. Damodara, that's the whole point of the whole subject. Krishna has many, many names. How many names does Krishna have? Vishnu Sahasranam. One of Krishna's names is Sahasranama, means he has 1,000 names. But that's only indicative. That means 1,000 in the beginning. Every word is a name for Krishna. Yadyat vibhuti mat sattvam srimad urjitam eva tat tad eva avagachatvam namato tejongsha sambhavam. Krishna says that whatever there is which you think is good in this world, that is simply a manifestation of my brilliance. So anything good we see, that's related with Krishna. And anything bad we see is also related with Krishna. Directly or indirectly, properly or improperly, favorably or perversely, everything is connected with Krishna. So Damodara is described here as Ananta, unlimited. There's no limit to his glories. What is glorious about a person who can be tied up? That's shameful, isn't it? For a person who's supposed to be great. Sambhavitasya chakyate maranadati richate. In the Bhagavad Gita, that's stated that for one who has been honored, dishonor is worse than death. That's why traditionally many fighters, they would fight to the death. They won't surrender. They won't be captured. They'll rather die. But Krishna is the most powerful and the most glorified. And he's become tied up by a village woman. Can you imagine if there's some champion wrestler and some village woman just comes and ties him up? That will be shameful, won't it? Srila Prabhupada sometimes gave the example of Napoleon. If you know European history, you must know the name of Napoleon, the great French emperor who conquered so much of Europe. He conquered over much of Europe. But eventually the English captured him. And as a humiliation, they made him drink horse's urine. Horse's urine. So he was so powerful, so great, all-conquering. And then his enemies, to humiliate him, they captured him and they made him drink horse's urine. So has Krishna become limited? See, any great conqueror, he's limited. Everyone in this world is limited. Even if you remain unbeaten throughout life, still you get beaten by birth, death, old age and disease. And forgotten by time, in the course of time. There were some great kings in this area, no? There's Kakatiya, yeah. They were very great kings. And now, no one even knows their name hardly. What about our non-Telugus? Kishori Mohan, you ever heard of the Kakatiya kings? No. They're lost in course of time. I heard a little because sometimes I used to go to Warangal like that. So, everyone is limited, however big a king you may be. There are so many big kings in different parts of India. In Hyderabad there was the Nizam, then we have this Hoysala, Hampi, Vijayanagaram, and so many kings. Now all lost in course of time. But Krishna is unlimited. So how is he getting tied up? Well, that is another symptom of his being unlimited. No one can tie him up. But he agrees to be tied up. He's so unlimited that his being tied up doesn't affect. He's actually unlimited. So his being tied up doesn't affect his unlimitedness. Just to show that actually he cannot be tied, Mother Yashoda, she brought so many ropes again and again, and all the ropes in the house could not tie up Krishna. And then even after being tied up, Krishna dragged that mortar, which must have been too heavy for a little boy to drag. That's why Mother Yashoda tied him to a mortar, so he couldn't get away. So he not only pulled the mortar, but he pulled it between two massive trees and pulled them down. So if he was strong enough to pull down two trees, he must have been strong enough to get free from the ropes. His power was not reduced. So Krishna, even though he's tied up, his unlimitedness is not compromised. Even though he lies, he steals, he engages in activities that to other people might seem improper, his purity is not compromised. So even when Krishna is performing childhood pastimes, it may just seem like some fun or some play, but he's actually exhibiting his godly opulences. There is so much to be understood in terms of Bhagavat Tattva Jnanam about every action of Krishna's. That's why we'll find that Chaitanya Bhagavat is almost all description of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes. But Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he commented all philosophy in his comments. Because he is Bhakti Siddhanta, he gives the proper understanding. So we should We have to understand what is the proper understanding behind all these pastimes. Otherwise, the Mayavadis, the demons, they may also talk about Krishna Lila, but they always give some misunderstanding. Just for instance, they'll say the gopis danced with Krishna and then they became one with Krishna. Or they'll say that Krishna taking the clothes of the gopis means you have to be naked before God. They give some funny explanations. So don't listen to the Mayavadis' explanations. Jibe nishta lagi sutra koilo vyas Mayavada bhasha shunle hoy sarvanash. For saving or delivering the jivas, Vyasadeva compiled the Vedanta Sutra. Vedanta Sutra. And if you hear the Mayavadi's commentary, then that will spoil everything. Avaishnava makhod girnam putam hari katam ritam Shravana naiva karatavya sarpo chishta yatapayam. Hearing Harikatha talks about Krishna, which is just like nectar, but hearing that from non-devotees, it's like taking milk which has been touched by the lips of a snake, it becomes poisonous. So Krishna is Ananta, he is unlimited. He's not limited within this stupid lucubrations of foolish scholars. They make all their stupid ideas. We shall not hear from them. We shall hear from persons who accept that Krishna is unlimited, who understand that we can begin to understand Krishna when we understand that we cannot understand him fully. If we think we've understood Krishna, then we definitely haven't understood him. The symptom of understanding Krishna is described by Krishna in Bhagavad Gita. Aham sarvasya prabhavo matah sarvang pravartate iti matva bhajante mang buddha bhava samanditaha. Krishna says that I am the source of all emanations, everything emanates from me. The wise who know this perfectly, if we accept this, that Krishna is the source of everything, then we engage in Krishna's devotional service with full feeling. This is intelligence. To make all kinds of so-called scholarly word jugglery to avoid Krishna is misused intelligence. That's called Maya Aparita Jnana. One is apparently knowledgeable, but one's knowledge is stolen by illusion. This is widespread in the Hindu community in Andhra Pradesh, in the Telugu-speaking area. There are various commentaries on Bhagavad Gita, which some people say they're sweet like honey, but the effect is poison. Did you say sweet like honey? People say that it's sweet like honey. You said that? Oh. There's another word for honey. What's that word? Makaranda, is it? Makaranda, what does that mean? Nectar. Someone told me that meant honey. Anyway. So, Vishnu, there's another name for Damodara. Vishnu means all-pervading. So when he becomes tied up, he's still Vishnu. He's unlimited. He's all-pervading. He's still within everyone's heart. He is still within everyone's heart, and within everyone, and within every atom. And he's between every atom. There's a big philosophical discussion among some Vaishnavas. Is Krishna in the heart beside the jiva or inside the jiva? Well, you can worry about that yourself in your spare time. Yeah, we need something to secure this so that we don't get so much noise disturbance. Huh? We get cross ventilation. Okay, do the needful. Are you an engineer? Aeronautics engineer? Mechanical engineer. Okay. All right. Your engineering knowledge is used in the service of Krishna. It's gone from 0 to 10. So, we're praying to the Supreme Lord as unlimited, all-pervading, declaring that He's definitely much greater than us. You don't praise a person for having the same qualities that you do. Well, you could do, but that would be condescending. You know what that word means? That means that you're like talking down to someone. Just like when that Kashmiri scholar came and met Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he said to, actually at that time he was known as Nimai Pandit, and the scholar said, I've heard you're a very great scholar of grama. So in the name of, he was apparently praising him, but actually it's like a covered insult. Because the Kashmiri Pandit, he was expert in all fields of Sanskrit knowledge, of literature and everything. So he was, like, by praising, he was indirectly insulting that you're just a fly in front of me. Oh, you're very good in grammar. Mm-hmm. But generally, if you praise someone, that means to admit that they are significantly better than you. Just like, for instance, in our ISKCON society, some devotees come to Prabhupada disciples and they say, oh, I'm so glad to see you. You're practicing Krishna consciousness so many years. But generally, Prabhupada disciples won't say that among each other. Oh, you've been practicing Krishna consciousness so many years, because they're doing the same thing. A Nobel Prize winner is not awed by another Nobel Prize winner. Anyway, they may not in the village, I don't know if they... One professor doesn't show much respect to another professor. A professor. I'm talking about professor. The ordinary people may show some respect to a professor, but among professors they're equals. Or if you meet a very rich man, ordinary persons may be very respectful, but then if he meets another very rich man, they're like equals. If someone has $1 billion and he meets someone else with $1 billion, he's not impressed. So we offer praise to someone who is significantly greater than us. Krishna is praised as Ananta, Vishnu, He's unlimited, He's all-pervading. But what kind of praise is it to say, you're tied up with a rope in your stomach? That doesn't sound like it's a very... What kind of praise is that? Just like if someone was in... For instance, if someone was in prison and they come out and they say, oh yeah, you were in prison, weren't you? I mean, it's a disqualification. Just like that Kanchi Shankaracharya, if you meet him, you could say that, oh yes, you're very learned and you come in a great tradition and you were in prison. It's insulting to mention that. But in the case of Krishna, it is a great praise. Everything Krishna does becomes worshipable. So worshipable that this pastime is remembered even after so many thousands of years. I mentioned the name of Napoleon. He performed so many heroic activities. He conquered so many countries. And so he's praised still, only in France. They don't praise him anywhere else. He was French. That's why they praise him in France. So Napoleon is praised for winning this battle and winning another battle and conquering so many countries. And we are praising this person for being tied up by his mother. If we see great people in history, what did they do? Napoleon conquered so many countries. Einstein made so many scientific theories. Edison invented the electric light and so many other things. This Ford was the first one to make affordable cars for the masses. And what was that guy? I can't remember. Neil Armstrong. He was the first man to step on the moon. One small step for man and one great step for mankind. It was a great drama they filmed in the Nevada desert. So these are the all-time greats. Oh, we shouldn't forget Mahatma Gandhi. His statue's in the village. He is said to have driven the British out. So all these great people doing so many great things. And here's Krishna. What did he do? He got tied up by his mother when he was a baby. It doesn't seem to be a very important thing. I mean, how did that change the world? How did that affect the balance of power? There was a meeting just shortly before the end of the Second World War. It was understood that it's just a matter of time before the Germans are defeated. So there was a meeting at Yalta in Ukraine between Roosevelt, the President of America, Churchill, the head of Britain, and Stalin, the head of the USSR, about what to do, how to divide up everything after the Germans are defeated. Roosevelt, Churchill, and Stalin. See, I'm teaching you mundane history here. Great events in mundane history. So one of them, I think, probably it was Roosevelt. I met Roosevelt. One of them suggested that maybe we should call the Pope. He's a very important, influential person. Maybe we should call the Pope to this meeting also. So Stalin objected. He said, he asked, how many divisions does he have? Divisions means like army divisions. In other words, he's of no significance because he doesn't have any army. So what significance was Krishna? He was just a little boy playing in a village. He was very naughty. His mother became angry. And his mother tied him up. If someone comes and they see us worshipping Damodar, they may ask, well, why are you worshipping him? You see, if you see a picture of Kumar, Skanda, Kartikeya, then you see he's defeating all the demons, all the big armies of the demons. Indra is the king of heaven. Brahma is the creator. Shiva is the destroyer. And baby Krishna got tied up by some rope by his mother. So why are you worshipping him? Because you see, when he was a baby, he got tied up. He stole some butter and then his mother tied him up. Of course, Krishna is Tejas Vinamaham. He is the power of the powerful. But at this time, he hadn't shown much of that. He'd killed a few demons, but his mother and the residents of Vrindavan, they didn't even know he'd killed any demons, even though they'd seen him do it. They just thought it was some good luck. When he sucked this Putana's breast, luckily she had a heart attack and she died. When he went with the Trinavarta in the air, luckily that Trinavarta, he was carrying away Krishna, but he suddenly ran out of energy and he also died. Lucky for us. So in this way, Krishna, he appeared to be a helpless child under the control of his mother. And actually he was a helpless child under the control of his mother. And that's why we're worshipping him. Because he's simultaneously unlimited. We cannot even begin to imagine how great is Krishna. But Krishna becomes controlled by Bhakti. Bhakti is greater than Krishna. So it's not that he stops being great by being tied up. But by this it is shown that even though Krishna is unlimitedly great, Bhakti is even greater than Krishna. This is inconceivable. Therefore we simply worship Damodar. So we recognize he is great and we pray to him, Prasida Prabho, O my Lord, be pleased with me. This is the essence of all prayers. O Lord, O Prabhu, be pleased with me. Devotee simply tries to please Krishna. Devotee knows that Krishna is unlimited. He has unlimited devotees. And who am I? I'm just very, very, very small. But I know that one aspect of Krishna's greatness is that even though he's so powerful, he's also very, very kind, even to the smallest of his devotees. So I cannot say I'm a devotee, but somehow I have some relation with some devotees. So Krishna, I know you're very kind to your devotees. So I'm claiming a relationship with your devotees. So please be kind to me also. You have so many great devotees, Yashoda and so many other great devotees. But please remember me also. Be pleased with me also. I cannot offer you bhakti at the level that Yashoda is offering. But I'm trying to do something to please you. You say in Bhagavad Gita that patram pushpam phalam toyam, if you offer me leaf, flower, fruit and water, so I can bring you something insignificant. Bringing the leaf, flower, fruit or water, that's the easy part. Krishna makes that part very easy. He wants to be pleased with us. But the difficulty from our side is to bring the bhakti. So we can simply pray that Krishna, I'm trying to please you. If you find anything within me that even resembles slightly something like bhakti, please accept it. I'm not worthy to pray like this. I know I can't do anything actually pleasing to you, but still I'm praying, be pleased with me. So devotee is called Asha Bandha, or great hope. Devotee has great hope that even though I'm not at all qualified to even talk of Krishna or think of Krishna or pray to Krishna, but still I have a right also. I also am connected with Krishna constitutionally. So even though I have disqualified myself in so many ways by being so envious of Krishna, still it is the constitutional opportunity for every jiva to pray to Krishna. So everyone can pray to Krishna. Krishna, please be pleased with me. But it's not that we just say, please be pleased with me, but we should also consciously try at every moment to act in a manner that Krishna will be pleased. It's not that we should be hypocritical and deliberately do all kinds of things that are not pleasing to Krishna, and then say, Krishna, be pleased with me. Anukulyasya sankalpa pratikulyasya varjanam. This should be the guide of our life, that we accept to do everything that is pleasing for Krishna and reject anything which will be not pleasing to Krishna. So we should do our best and pray to Krishna that Krishna, please accept. I'm trying. Everyone should try their best to please Krishna. Everyone has different capacities. There are many devotees of Ramachandra Bhagavan. Not everyone can jump over the ocean. But when Hanuman came back, all the devotees, all the monkeys, they all cheered Hanuman. Because they were devotees and they wanted that Rama be served. But in some office, in the modern age, if you do something good, everyone will become envious and try to pull you down and take the credit for themselves. So devotees, they simply want to see that the Lord is served. And they become pleased when they see other devotees serving better than I do. So Hanuman is serving in such a great way, but let me try and do something also in my own capacity. I cannot do what Hanuman is doing, but let me do what I can do. The monkeys are throwing the big rocks in the water and the squirrel is pushing some sand, and Rama is equally satisfied because the squirrel is acting to the full capacity. So Hanuman jumps to Lanka and comes back and says, Prasida Prabhu, Lord be pleased with me. And Ramachandra Bhagavan is very pleased. And the squirrel is pushing the sand and Prasida Prabhu, yes, the Lord is satisfied. The Lord is satisfied. He doesn't need our help actually, but He likes to see how we are trying to serve Him. So continuing the theme of taking a benediction, the devotee prays, Dukkha jalabdi magnam. I am immersed in an ocean of distress and complications. This material world is very complex, isn't it? Very difficult. So how to get out? The only way is by kripa drishti vrishti. the rain of Krishna's merciful glance. So the devotee is praying, Lord, be pleased with me, deliver me from this distress. So we were just hearing that the devotee doesn't pray for moksha. And now we're hearing the devotee is praying, relieve me from this distress. So actually when a devotee prays, relieve me from distress, the distress is the distress of not remembering Krishna. That's the devotee's distress. Deliver me from this painful position of not being able to serve you properly. And again, he addresses himself, I'm ignorant. I don't know how to properly praise you or serve you or who you are. I'm simply ignorant. But anyway, I'm simply praying that you be visible to me. This prayer should be offered in pure devotion. Otherwise, if we ask that I want to see God in a demanding mood, that is incorrect. We're praying that may the Lord be merciful to see me, and then I will be able to see Him. By praying thus, Sanatana Goswami comments, by praying in this way, naturally spontaneous feelings of love arise in the heart. So when we sing this Damodarastakam, we try to understand the meaning, and then the feelings for Krishna will arise. Hare Krishna Maha Mantra Eto Shabhav Jai Jape Tare Krishna Upajai Bhav is the natural characteristic of chanting the Hare Krishna mantra, that whoever chants it, feelings for Krishna will arise within them. So one who desires to have vision of the Lord, they should know that the param sadhana or supreme method to attain the mercy of Krishna in this way is nama sankirtanam. After becoming aware of Krishna's beauty, then we offer prayers offered with a hope and feeling, which are all namatmaka prarthana. They're prayers which are based on and infused with the potency of Krishna's holy names. Just like we see in this prayer, in this verse, Krishna is addressed as Deva, Damodar, Ananta, Vishnu, Prabhu. These are all names for the Supreme Lord. So we're praying to Prabhu, Lord. So this means He's the Lord of everything. But when we pray Prasida Prabhu, it's a very personal prayer. So you're praying to my Lord. You're the Lord of everything and everyone, but I'm praying to you that you are the Lord of me personally. I'm praying to you in this manner. And Prasida, that means when we say be pleased with me, that means have prasad upon me. Be merciful to me. Prasida Prabhu, show me your mercy. So we're distressed and very fallen in this material situation. I am ati dina, means I'm very fallen. So devotees should pray humbly like this. One meaning of dina, being fallen, is that considering oneself very fallen because I don't have the association of devotees. Or another way that we can consider ourselves, or should consider ourselves fallen, is that, well, I'm not always thinking of you, Krishna. I'm not always seeing you. I must be very fallen. I'm also agyam. I'm ignorant. I don't know even what to do to get out of this difficult situation. So I'm simply praying, you show me your mercy. Gopinath, tumi panditavo murkara mangal, tumi andeshibe. This Bhakti Thakur, he sings like this also. That you are Gopinath, you are the most knowledgeable. So this fool, namely myself, I don't know what to do. I don't know what's good for me. So you do whatever's best for me. You find it out. This is the humble prayer of a devotee. Kripa drishti vrishti. That shower me with your nectar-laden glances. Showing your mercy, shower me with your nectar-laden glances and become visible to me. So Krishna is so beautiful that a devotee becomes so much desirous of seeing Krishna. That's why they show all these movies. They show beautiful women as actresses. They don't go looking for all the ugly women. They look for all the beautiful women. Because when a man sees a beautiful woman, he can become attracted, he can become mad. Or the women become mad after some male film star. They have their picture in their room. They always think of them. This is a perverted reflection of the soul's natural attraction to Krishna. If one is actually attracted by the beauty of Krishna, he can never be attracted by the beauty of this material world, the so-called beauty. So Ananta, Krishna is also he's described as Ananta here. That another meaning of that is that His mercy is unlimited. This is a prayer for mercy. So, oh Lord, your mercy is unlimited. So I don't deserve it, but as it's unlimited, you can spare little for me also. Prabhu, Sanatana Goswami says, means that he is, and I'll tell you afterward. Listen carefully to this. Achintya Ananta Adbhuta Mahashakti Yukta. You don't know how to translate it. Say that again. Achintya Ananta Adbhuta Mahashakti Yukta. It's one word. One word made up of 6 words. Achintya Ananta Adbhuta Mahashakti Yukta. Inconceivable, unlimited, extraordinary, great power, yukta. Yukta means endowed with, we could say. Although there's no proper word in. If you say endowed with, it gives the idea that someone gave him that. But rather these are his natural characteristics. These are his sadharan lakshanams. So, Krishna, he is Achintya, Ananta, Adbhuta, and who am I? I'm just a tiny, insignificant jiva. But because he's also, his Maha Shakti is also Achintya Shakti, then he can, even though I'm too small to understand him, he can, by his Achintya Shakti, reveal himself to me. There's a common saying, you cannot keep an elephant on a plate. If you bring one plate, one thali, and you propose to put one elephant, it's not possible. You can't even put 1 foot of the elephant. It's too big for the plate. So how can we keep Krishna in our mind when our mind is so small and Krishna is so great? That is possible by His mercy, because His mercy is unlimited. He is Isha, the Supreme Controller, Paramaswatantra, supremely independent. I'm not worthy for your mercy, but you don't have to take permission from anyone else to give me your mercy. Even though according to the normal rules, I'm not fit for your mercy, you can break all the rules and give me your mercy anyway. So another word, Vishnu, sometimes we think Vishnu, well, that's not really a Vrindavan name. That's more for Vaikuntha. But we also see that the gopis address Krishna as Vishnu. So it means that Vishnu means he can go anywhere. So he also enters into all the different caves and kunjas of Vrindavan. That's one meaning of Vishnu. So you can go anywhere, you're already everywhere. So you can come before my eyes. So there are so many meanings of these words. What's that? We have to do something. So Sanatana Goswami has given some more meanings of another meaning of Ananta means aparichinna, or continuously existent without interval or separation. In the Christian idea, they had the idea that God was dead for they killed him and he was dead for 3 days. Very strange idea. God is not killed and he never dies. They said he was killed and he came back to life. And that's his great glory. But God is never dead. So, Damodar, the name, by saying the name Damodar with Ananta and Vishnu, the meaning is that due to his affection being his topmost attribute and him being full with all other attributes, there is nothing that he cannot do, and for his devotees he will do everything. So these words can be explained in many ways, but we won't talk any more about that now.